So I just had a panic attack. Yeah, like I don't know, like 45 minutes or an hour ago. You know, this weekend I was just feeling kind of good about myself and good about moving forward and creating things and kind of doing this channel as just some kind of a little outlet, but you know my like photography career, trying to get that back and back on the horse. That seems to be the issue. And I know from my other videos and stuff that we had talked about during the critique and stuff, it was a lot of, I've already given you the backstory about my life and kind of what I was going through. And I don't know, like I had done some new work just this week, and I kind of like the ideas that I was doing. Felt kind of positive, and then getting back in touch with certain people and trying to get things rolling again. And I do have I had used Instagram in the past as like a way to kind of find people to work with, or to get in touch with some of the editors if they don't have a direct email that I could find online, and that usually works out pretty good. So I hadn't done that in I don't know, like 3 years or so, because that was I took that break off, and I hadn't really been on Instagram very much, unless it was just simple messaging to other friends and stuff like that or whatever, but like never really like venturing down some of the Instagram pathways and stuff and things that you would see and run across, and see what like other people that you follow or follow you are doing. I never do that. I'd always go on Instagram for like a couple of seconds and then get off of it. So what happened was I started to go down this hole of trying to find past magazine stuff that I had worked with, because they now have all new editors, and so I needed to get in touch with these new editors. And once you go down that pathway, you start seeing on their pages, you start seeing work that you click on, and then you see that there's other people that you've met in life, or that they were other photographers that had gotten in touch with you because they started out after I started out, so they kind of looked at me as someone as to look up to strive to be, because they were just starting out. And I had a couple of years in the industry already, and so they look at me as like some of the successes that I had early on as like, oh wow, like he's doing really well. I want to be like that. And so I see these people that I had kind of talked to when they're starting out, or still like if they had questions for me, I would always answer for them. But they're flying high and they're doing great stuff, and I think that like started to cause the anxiety and the panic attack, because it showed, not really showed, it put me in the perspective of just like how hard of a climb I have to do now. Like I was very successful before, early in my career, and then it slowly started to kind of die down and go, it started to change a little bit. And it wasn't until I made the move from New York to California, and then COVID hitting, and a difficult marriage, and becoming a dad, and moving to like another area that didn't support what I was doing, a lot of mental blocks, and I went through a lot, and you know ever so slowly trying to get back into this, I don't know, this positivity of work, and the type of work that I want to do, and seeing a lot of this other work, and especially people that in the industry, and see kind of how amazing they're doing, and the work that they're doing. I mean, that's great. I love that they're enjoying what they're doing, and having success for it. But it really makes me feel horrible, not for them, but just for myself, because I don't know. I just wish that I could get out of the hole of finding that kind of drive again, or that excitement, and like the the hunger, I guess, and just and not having to worry about, is my work that I'm doing, the stuff that I want to do, is it even good enough, or is it outdated, or is it not worth the effort to do? It's all those second guessing that gets into my head. And I don't know if this happens to a lot of creators out there. Like, you could be in like painting and drawing, photography, filmmaking. You can be in sports. You can be, anything that's creative, or something that you need to have a skill for. Like, do you ever have that moment where you second guess yourself, and you start wondering, am I good at this anymore? Or should I just cut my losses, and get out of it? Like, is it even worth it? Like, that's what I was thinking when I was going through Instagram, and seeing, having a little bit of positivity of, reaching out and stuff, but then coming across some of these images that I thought was really amazing, and just thinking like, oh, I don't think that I could. Like, I would love, I don't think that my work can be like that, even though my work is completely different than some of these other photographers. It's in like, it's a different style, it's different everything. It's still that, I guess, lack of confidence that I used to have. Like, I used to have the confidence, and just like, yeah, very proud of the work, and this is good, and like, people like it for this. But now it's just, it's finding, it's crawling back. Like, I've seen it. It's just right now. I think what caused the anxiety and caused the panic attack to happen was just worrying if I'm running out of time. How do I need to do this faster? Because I'm in my 40s now, and I have kids that I have to take care of, and um, it's just, I would love to do what I had been doing for so long, because that's all I've done my entire life, was like creative stuff. And now, having that moment of like, oh my God, is this the end of it all? Like, that scares the shit out of me, and you know caused me a lot of worry. So yeah, I mean, I was going to, I had something planned for tonight. I was going to do some like funny kind of reaction videos to some dumb TikTok stuff, something lighthearted and fun for the weekend, and start something off nice. But all this stuff kind of happened to me, and I took the dog for a walk to kind of calm down and everything, and just kind of chill out, and decided just to come back and just kind of just talk talk to the camera, and you know say what was on my mind, and you know maybe if people watch this, they might be going through something similar, or it's just might be helpful. I don't know. I mean, I'm still new at this YouTube thing anyway, so I don't even know if this is interesting or not. But yeah, it definitely sucks to think that you can't start back up again and start back where you were. It's whenever you're put in this position, you always think that you can just, yeah, I can do it. I can dig deep, and I can climb back up. But sometimes reality just hits you, and you feel that you can't really get your grip to get out of the hole. And that's kind of what I feel like. I feel like I have moments where I feel like climbing out. I got a little bit of grip, but every now and then I might get a little piece of loose rock and fall down a little bit more, and then try to climb back up again and fall down again, and just trying to find my grip to get back up to where I was before. And now it's just, I think I had a moment of just extreme like self-doubt, and just I don't know, of just not, I guess, just worried about the position that I'm in, um, and like what the future holds, and just kind of blank on just blank on just what I have to do to get back. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess I think I'll just end this video like this. I don't want to keep on going on, but I promise it'll be a little more fun and joyful for the next one. But I just felt like I just needed to kind of come and express what was happening to me at the moment. But you guys have a great night or day, and I will talk to you next time.